that you need a symbol to run the function. Like, it doesn't make sense to say get financials with nothing. So yeah. And then this is the second part of the chatbot where you do the response variables. And then like this is where you're actually calling the function, and all of this, the purpose of this stuff at the top is it's checking like where's the symbol in your message, and like it's trying to figure out like what to put into this get financials method based on your prompt. And then here it even picks what data to show. Like if you just want the sentiment, it's not going to give you the insider transactions or the news articles. It can give you exactly what you want. And I think that helps with the design. And then it also tries to write these in a natural language. So it's like, here is the data. And it's just clear that it's not exactly like super robotic. Okay, yeah, I think I've gotten through enough of the chatbot. So next, I'll be talking about the HTML. So everything up till now, it's just kind of just been all on my computer in the code files, and
Yeah.
it's like cool, but it's not useful because no one can actually use this. So HTML is kind of like a page skeleton, as they put it here. It basically describes where all the content is and how you actually put it from code to page. So you can see like I have some example code from my project here. Somewhere in my HTML, it's I think it's like some sort of send button, and then it has this method called send message. And then in here, the important part I want to highlight is it fetches from the app page, and then it links. This is the app.py. It's a Python file now. And then the app.py redirects to my chatbot. So that's kind of how it goes front end and back end. And another important thing is that everything is, it uses JSON. JSON's really nice because it can easily go from back end to front end. It's in a nice standard dictionary format, and we kind of have to convert everything to and from JSON files. So yeah, JSON's very important, and it allows it to transfer through what we call these endpoints and get to the front end. Now with the HTML, we're getting closer to an app. It's at least a page now. The issue is that the page looks really ugly, in my opinion, because it's just a bunch of black and white colors. So yeah,
Details to it.
yeah, CSS, as you said, it adds life. It makes the page actually look good. And it's so closely on top of the HTML that I actually wrote them in the same file. So you can see this is part of the HTML logic. And then like here, it's in this financial form class. And then there's button. And then it says get financial. So without any of the CSS, it's going to just say in black text, like normal default font, get financials. But this adds like all the specific things. It gives you like the border stuff, gives you the font, it gives you the color, gives you like linear gradient, a lot of extra things that you can add light to. It's not there's a lot of settings is what I want to get. You can really customize it.
Understood.
So now we're getting even closer to an app, but it's still not an app yet because I need to type in weird numbers on my local server, which only I can access.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
Man, the way you're describing it, it's really interesting, by the way. I can't wait to get to the demo. So
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the deployment, first of all, I need a place to store this stuff because currently my computer, it's reasonable to store just the code I have right now. But like, what if I mess up and I need to go back and I completely broke my code? That's going to be kind of a catastrophe. So what GitHub does is it just stores all the versions. It's called versioning, and that means if I make a huge mistake, I can just roll back to what the past one was. And thankfully, GitHub servers are really cool and they can store so much stuff. So that's nice. And then to run it on any link, like a link that you can go ahead and type in right now. you use this thing called on render, and like yeah, it's exactly what it sounds. It runs it for you to be accessed publicly on an accessible domain. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the project. I'll talk about the future scope because it's definitely like there's definitely still stuff that I wish I could have done. So first of all, it doesn't take into account personal preferences. So like if you're like if you want just to safely build up your income over like 10, 20 years, that definitely impacts stuff because maybe you want bigger stocks as opposed to small risky ones. Maybe I
Mm-hmm.
could program this to account for such things. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe it depends on how much time you have on your hands, right?
Yep.
Another thing is like if you kept a keen eye, this thing never actually predicts or recommends or even summarizes anything. Sure, it has like the sentiment stuff, but like I think I could if I could summarize it and then even start predicting it, and even better, like it could recommend you what to do. It could be like invest 50% of your money in Google and 30% in
Yep.
IBM. Like that would be really nice for the user.
Yep. Definitely.
And then I said that my program is strong in comprehensiveness, and it is, but like even more metrics would be nice. Like imagine if I had like 50 different metrics. That would just like who would not trust my project if I had that many metrics? I think the more I have, it always is going to get stronger.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. So now I'll talk about my personal thoughts while building this project. It's definitely so much content. Like, look at all this stuff. Sure, I didn't use every single file, but still, like, it's a lot for a high school student like me who's starting to get into. And I didn't remember when I first opened up this thing, I'm like, what even is a terminal? This is like kind of just way more wide than what I did in my computer science class. But ultimately, it was worth building a project, you know, like it actually works and anyone can access it, and I could probably show my friends. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then this statement running into issues is bound to happen. Like, of course, I knew this before the program, but like, I didn't really know it because, yeah, it's like even though I had a mentor who's really experienced with this stuff, like it's still not like we don't run into like we run into very taxing, strange issues that take like 30, 40 minutes to solve. Like just one tiny thing. Like I think we had like a thing with like not
Yeah.
recognizing.
What was the messiest problem you faced
Yeah,
doing this?
this is like very annoying. Like it wouldn't recognize our import statements for some reason, and neither of us had any idea what was going on. So we switched from like PyCharm to VS Code, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't even know how it got fixed. It was like experimenting with the dots and stuff, and like literally changing the whole IDE. But thankfully, it got fixed. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. That said, well, running into issues only helps you get better. So definitely good.
Yeah. Another thing I learned, LLMs are pretty useful. I always thought it was funny that we use AI to make AI, but like I'm very impressed by how good ChatGPT is at writing code. Like I've seen
Mm-hmm.
videos of it being like kind of dumb with chess and like not knowing the rules of the game, but like the way it can just like give very detailed code segments that work perfectly like most of the time is kind of like it's kind of crazy. I can see why there's concerns about it taking the job market. So I have to
Sure.
learn how to use an LLM to be like good at
And
this. It helps a lot.
mm-hmm.
And I think the best part of this program, I said this on the evaluation too, is I think it does a great job of teaching me what pursuing AI could actually look like. Before I didn't really know. I thought it was like maybe like once you have a model, like can't you just like feed in the results a few times and put it on a page? Like it can't be that hard, right? It kind
Mm-hmm.
of is that hard and it takes a lot of knowledge and it kind of shows why software engineering is a job that pays a lot of money. So at least now I got the full picture with this, or at least close to a full picture.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.
Oh, I definitely did. Very nicely presented. I was able to get everything you said. So yeah, a good one. I can't wait for the demonstration though. I want to see how the project actually looks like. Can we get into that?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, all right. So
Yes.
yeah, this is my market diver thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is like homepage. Like I tried to make the remember spending some time tweaking this like UI to make it look nice and futuristic. I had to tell it like quite a few things, especially with like these text boxes and like the floating logos. But I definitely think this paid off. Like it looks pretty cool.
It looks cool. Yeah, definitely it does.
Thanks. So yeah, I was planning to put a flowchart on the homepage, but honestly, like, yeah, I mean, like a lot of AIs don't really like do that. So like I said, okay, it's fine. But like what I did need to absolutely do was kind of just show like what our project is and how it's strong. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the things I talked about, I had this in my presentation. I talk about it's microservice. It combines public and professional stuff. So it's not just like professional reviews. It's like full picture. It has the sentiment analysis model and then the
Mm-hmm.
chat bot. So
Understood.
yeah, yeah, it has two pages. I'll go to financials first. So like
Okay.
how this works is can put in like a ticker symbol just directly.
Hmm.
Then like if you click the get financials button, it shows like all this data. Yeah, I think Google like has some things where it doesn't show the insider activity and it has some zeros here, but other stocks do have like meaningful data for all of these. So I'll show
Let,
you those.
let's try something else. If
Yeah,
that, yeah.
I'm pretty sure IBM gives almost all the stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
IBM seems more descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it has the symbol here. I guess this is just for aesthetics. Quote, yeah. I think it's yeah, I haven't really done too much research into what these actually mean. It's more of just displaying these in a way that looks nice. But I'm pretty sure this is like very important information. Sentiment score, I do know exactly what this means.
Hmm.
So sentiment is a value between -1 and 1. As I said, it's averaged by all the Reddit posts.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's slightly over 0. So that means it's like kind of positive, not overwhelmingly positive, like 0.9 or 0.8. But like people generally have a good idea about like they think IBM's doing a fairly good job, you know?
Understood. All right. What do you think a fairly good score is?
Fairly good score, like zero point 0.3 is fairly good, but yeah, I'd say zero point 0.3 is fairly good. I haven't like checked too many of these.
Mm-hmm.
But like another, yeah, I told you about averaging out all the zeros. You'd be very surprised of how each of the posts looks. Like it's like 0.82, -0.4, 0, 0,
And,
0, 0. And like
and yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I
Def
included the zeros, it would be a lot like not as telling. Like it would just be like smaller.
Understood. No, it's definitely interesting to have that though. Anyways, continuing.
What?
Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, okay, this is the insider activity. I'm not 100% sure what this is, but like I bet people who know what they're doing in stocks like yeah, I think
Mm,
it's like people like within the company like regulating shares. I'm not sure. With some of these other ones are yeah, even here like you see the same name a bunch of times. So I'm kind of
mm-hmm.
curious to what that is, but like yeah, as I said, I'm not really concerned about knowing what this data means, but
Understood.
it's still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
General news, like I like how it nicely displays the title and then like it has like some headlines and stuff. So you can look into these before reading the full article. It's not just
Yeah,
like 30 read full article buttons in a row and it's just gambling.
definitely useful. Yes.
So yeah, there are a lot of these. This is like the most comprehensive part. And then there are a few articles here. Like this is from like a different like I told you I use two different things and like I use FinHub and MarketOx. I'm not fully sure which is which, but I do know one of them only gives 3 articles and the other gives like 50 or something. It's a
Okay.
lot.
All right. Understood. The UI looks really nice, by the way. The way you described it to be futuristic and simple, it does fulfill those both words. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm.
Yeah. So the chatbot page, we did have some challenges. As you see, like you'll see like it's not like as nicely formatted as like the financials, but I'm still glad that I got a chatbot system to work. Like that's still sort of cool, right?
Yep.
So
Definitely.
you can, instead of searching like GOOG or something boring, you can say, give me the insider trading information regarding Google. And then like it'll tell you like if you need it, like nicely tell you if you need a stock symbol. So I'll just,
Hmm.
so yeah, it, yeah, some things still need a stock symbol though, but it'll like tell you nicely if you need it. It's not gonna like throw an error statement. So
Yeah. Understood.
yeah, there's a bit of like a speed thing with this, but like, yeah, it does give it. So this is
Okay.
the challenge I was talking about because apparently to have line breaks, you
Hmm.
need to like completely change a lot of things with like HTML doesn't naturally support it. I tried to get the line breaks to work, but I couldn't get it unfortunately. But like
Hmm.
at least there are like some sort of like separating things for it. Like I
Okay.
think one of them had like vertical bars, so like at least you can kind of read the stuff. So yeah, and it gives like a bit of a greeting instead of just literally displaying the data. So yeah, that's one of the things.
Okay. Understood. The project looks really nice, man. Other than
Thank you.
that. Yeah. By the way, how do you plan on resolving this issue?
Yeah, I'm not sure because like when I told this to ChatGPT,
Huh?
it told me this thing called like escaping the HTML to go to JavaScript and it uses the JavaScript thing. I feel
Hmm.
like I'd have to ask my mentor about this more or something because yeah, it's like
Definitely.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then the
definitely.
solution didn't even work. So
All right. No, surely have a word with about this with your mentor. He'll be able to help for sure.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So, demonstration. This was about it.
Sorry.
Demonstration is done right. Nicely presented, by the way. It looks
Yeah,
clean
thank
and great. You may stop sharing your screen if you are done.